Hi everyone! In this video, we'll be walking you through how to lead a cafeteria food waste audit, a fun and meaningful way to learn about what food is being wasted in your school cafeteria and how we can make lunch better for everyone. First, why does this matter? Well, did you know that 31% of food in schools and homes ends up going uneaten? That's not just wasted food, it's wasted water, energy, money, and effort. When food goes to landfills, it creates methane, a greenhouse gas that's even more harmful than carbon dioxide. Therefore, a food waste audit helps us find out which foods are being wasted most often, why students are not eating certain items, and what we can do to fix it. The ultimate goal of the audit is to help students eat more of their nutritious meals, reducing waste, and improving our environment. Planning your audit. To start, you'll want to work with your school's nutrition director, teachers, cafeteria workers, and possibly the Parent Teacher Association. Then, gather a group of student volunteers to help as well. For every 100 students in a cafeteria, you'll want at least 4 student volunteers and 1 team leader. You'll also need to set up 1 audit station per 200 students. Each audit station will have 1 table for interviews and another for sorting leftover food into labeled buckets. What you'll need. Here is a quick checklist of supplies required: 5 to 12 large buckets, 5 gallons for food categories, clear labels or photos of the food type on each bucket, gloves, clipboards, and pens, trash bags and cleanup supplies, a luggage or bathroom scale for weighing the buckets, signs to direct students away from trash cans and toward your audit stations. Day before the audit. Do a quick walkthrough of the cafeteria. Check where students enter, throw away food, and exit. This way, you can pick a suitable and convenient location to set up your audit stations. Pick a day when the same lunch menu will be served as your planned audit. Take photos of each lunch item so volunteers can correctly label the buckets. Decide which items to measure, such as entrees, fruits, vegetables, milk, and even unopened food. Day of the audit. Before lunch starts, weigh and record the empty buckets. Remind and coordinate with all cafeteria and custodial staff about the audit. Then, bring in your student volunteers and ensure that they know their roles. Some will be interviewers, and others will be food separators. Here is a visual mock-up of what the audit setup could look like. Interviewer role. When a student walks up with a tray, the interviewer will say, "Hello, we're taking a survey, and we would like to ask for your input. I'm going to ask you about the food items left on your tray and record what you thought about them." After receiving a reply, the interviewer will record the unfinished or untouched food items and the student's main reason for not finishing each item. Some sample responses, if you look to the left, could include too cold or not enough time. Interviewers should encourage more thoughtful answers than just didn't like it and too gross. Food separator role. After the interview, the tray moves to the next table. Food separators will scrape leftover food into the right buckets. Non-food trash goes into a separate bin. Once a food bucket is getting full or a liquid bucket is half full, let the team leader know. Weigh the buckets and record the data. At the end, count the number of trays accumulated to know how many students participated. Data collection and reflection. After the audit, review the data and note down these observations. Which food got wasted? What were the top reasons? And can we solve those issues? Tally up the food waste and turn it into viewable data. Here are some examples of how you can consolidate your information. Then, plan your next steps. Try strategies like offering sliced fruit, giving food creative names, or scheduling recess before lunch to potentially alleviate the food waste situation. You can even run a second audit later to see if your changes worked. Always remember, the main goal of a cafeteria food waste audit is to learn why students are not eating certain food items and to make changes so that they eat more of what's on their tray. Have fun!